Hey guys, Skivs Eternal here, and welcome to this edition of Skivs Game Reviews. Today, I've got Contra on the NES.
Contra on the NES. No game, in my opinion, kicks more ass than this one. I mean, come on, what other game do you get the power health through countless enemies, I think about 7 stages, and tons of awesome stage bosses? Not to mention the fact that you destroy everything in your path, using some pretty awesome weapon power-ups. Speaking of the weapon power-ups, you get the machine gun, which is pretty much at the beginning of like every stage. It's probably the most common weapon power-up in the game, and it's your basic power-up. You can hold the button down and shoot. It doesn't destroy everything right away, so it's not the best, but it's better than the regular gun by far. Next is the spread gun, which is, it's got the spread format, so it's kind of like a shotgun deal, and this thing is a beast. This is, in my opinion, the best power-up in this whole game, and will get you through a lot of stuff. There's also the flamethrower, which I do not recommend using at all, because the flamethrower has this really weird looping pattern, so it can actually go around the enemies you're trying to shoot, so it's really not that good of a weapon. I don't think it has a really good range either, and it doesn't do a lot of damage, so if you see the flamethrower icon, definitely avoid it. There's also a laser gun, but I'm pretty sure the laser gun's range is limited, and I don't think it does much damage either. So I think your best bet is to go with the spread. Also, there's a barrier icon, which is represented with a B, and that's the equivalent to this invincibility star in any Mario game, and will make you invincible for a short period of time. Also, there's an R icon, but I honestly do not know what this does. I believe it might give you points or something, but I'm really not sure because it doesn't it doesn't power you up in any way. If you collect a certain amount of points through killing enemies and destroying various items, you can earn extra lives. You'll start with 3 lives, unless of course you use the 30-man's code. You have 3 lives, 2 continues, and it's a one-hit death, and that pretty much goes for everything. You can kill with 1 hit, or if you kill, most of the things around you will be 1 hit. There are the ground enemies are pretty basic. You've got the guys that just walk towards you blindly. Some of them shoot, some of them don't. There are guys that are stationary and guys that move around and jump and such. There are a few different types of guns. There's the big cannons, there's smaller cannons that can swivel around and shoot in multiple directions. Some have single fire and some have more rapid fire. You will fight a boss at the end of each stage, and they increase in difficulty. And speaking of difficulty, this game is not easy by far. The controls to this game are pretty fluid. B shoots, A jumps. If you hit down on the directional pad and B, you can hop down, and you can shoot in pretty much every direction.
So, final thoughts on Contra? I think it's a pretty solid game. Now, you remember my review of Super C, I said that it was pretty much only for those who want a pretty hardcore challenge, and I still think that, because to me, this game is a lot easier than Super C. Some of you may disagree, but here's my argument. Super C is a 10 lives code, this game has a 30 lives code. 10 lives is a lot easier to get rid of than 30. Further argument, I've made it to stage 6 in this game. I've made it to stage 2 in Super C. So yeah, Super C's a lot harder in my opinion. Plus there's a lot more enemies on the screen at one time in Super C. But anyway, this isn't a review of Super C. Now, yeah, there's the 30 lives code, which is at the startup screen, you press up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start. It's 30 lives. A lot of people think it's cheating, but you know what? It's Konami code. If it was cheating, they wouldn't have put it in there, you know? And I actually think it was a smart idea. It was a really good marketing idea, in my opinion, because if you want a serious hardcore challenge and prove you're a badass, then beat the game with 3 lives. But if you want to have a good time with your friends, see an awesome game, and just shoot the shit out of everything in sight, then put it in the 30 lives code. If you have an NES and you don't own this game already, I definitely recommend it. It's a good piece for your collection. That's why I got it for mine. It's a great game, tons of fun, you're gonna love it. I don't think it's on Virtual Console yet. I'm not sure. I know Super C is, but I don't think this one is. So if you get an NES, definitely pick it up, and I'm sure you could probably find an emulator on the internet or something. But yeah, so I rate this game at a 10 out of 10 because it kicks a lot of ass, and that's my review of Contra. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and I'm Skivs Eternal. I will see you guys later. I have more game reviews to come out because I've got more games to review. I've got like 5 more games to review, so those will be coming out in the new year. And speaking of which, Merry Christmas to you all, Happy Holidays, have a Happy New Year. I will see you guys later. This concludes this edition of Skivs Game Reviews.